Hello, Craig.
Hello, Craig.
All right, there you go. That's the Warner Brothers copy of it. It's number 1 on trending. Can't imagine why. And I've zeroed it out.
Okay. I also have zeroed it out.
So,
by the way, Craig. Well, yeah, but by the way, Craig and listener for Franken content, we are about to watch the Detective Pikachu trailer.
Yeah, which is really good for audio podcasting, by the way. You know?
Yeah. Rage has seen this once. I haven't seen it, but I knew it was coming, and Rage was completely surprised that it was a real thing.
Yeah, I saw Jim Sterling tweeted out, and at first I just thought it was a fan-made project, particularly because of the art style, and Jared will see why. And I thought, well, that was kind of cute. It's a shame that's not wait, that's a real thing.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is in this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This will
yeah,
be...
so in some Marvel universe, Deadpool was Pikachu?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, Deadpool is literally anything, right? In the different universes, right?
Yeah, in the multiverse, Deadpool can be and do anything with his fourth wall break.
Oh, no.
All right.
That means there's going to be fan art of Deadpool Pikachu. I approve of this message.
I do too. Okay,
right.
Ready?
Yeah, you kind of know.
Right. 3, 2, 1, play.
You see the art style now, and
I
thought it was a fan project, right?
Yeah.
Gee, I imagine what that could be.
Stapler.
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
You can see why I thought this was a fan project at first, right? Just because of how Pikachu looks.
I'm in on this movie. It's going to be so bad.
Yeah.
But in a good way.
And it looks like they're mostly doing Generation 1, maybe some of 2.
Missed.
This is going to be terrible, isn't it?
Oh my. Okay, it's over now.
Yeah. Oh,
that looks so...
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it looks so bad. Like that. I don't know how to describe it. Like it is somewhere between like just doing like puppets and then like bad CGI. Like good puppets smushed together with bad CGI, and that's what you've got for the Pokeymans.
Yeah, and that's why I was thinking, at first, because I didn't know this was coming. So I thought this was some sort of oddball fan project just because of the art direction they went with the Pokemon or Pokeymans, right?
Yeah.
Where it's a semi-realistic, kind of low-budget CGI. I mean, it's at first it looked really good when they showed Pikachu, you know?
Yeah,
but then they showed some of the other ones, and it just looks off. It's that uncanny valley almost, you know?
Yeah, it feels like there's different levels to how, like, some of these things look much better than others, the CGI for them. But it could just be like trailer, unfinished effects, things like that.
Yeah, but aren't trailers supposed to be the highly polished shots that they have done?
Sometimes, but not always. Yeah, that looks amazing. Lee bad. Probably won't go see it in theaters, but that's definitely like a perfect Redbox or like Amazon rental type movie.
No. I have a way to make this better. And it's one word. Riff tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, and as my phone goes bing, because this is just random recording for Franken content, and I didn't mute it, but we'll mute it now.
Yeah.
On a side note, I'm not sure if we're going to be talking about it on the show, but the Monster Hunter movie has released some shots. Have you seen anything about that?
No, I haven't. Yeah, you got a link for me?
It's in the docket. And I don't have Firefox open, which is what I have logged into that account. So I have to go over there. But in a word, modern military. No, I'm not joking.
I assume down here towards the bottom, Monster Hunter movie, full modern military, and first set photos.
Yeah, this is kind of the opposite of the Pokemon movie where they don't get it, because
it's got Mila Jovovich. I don't give a shit. I'm in. I want some awesome B movie type stuff, just like the Resident Evil movies. I'm in. I haven't read this. I just scrolled down. I'm like, is that Mila Jovovich? Please tell me that's Mila, and it is. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm in.
You have such a low bar, don't you?
When it comes to shit like this, yes. I mean, I really do enjoy a good movie that makes me think, but I also enjoy just like B-movie trash because it's fun. There's so much misery and pain and horribleness in life.
Yeah, and then there's stuff outside of politics.
Yeah. So I like to take joy in things like this. And like my bar, when you said modern military for Monster Hunter, my bar got pretty low. And then I saw Mila Jovovich, and I was like, okay.
And then another bar started to raise.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just... It looks like they're the opposite of what they're doing with Detective Pikachu, where they don't get, that's supposed to be kind of schlocky, kind of goofy, not taken seriously. It looks like they're trying to do a serious story. And I don't think it's going to be as enjoyable as they're hoping it will be. But then again, I'm not the movie guy, so.
Yeah, they've got screenshots of like some of the bone carapace type stuff, like or she's like in one of the pictures, like that's what she's wearing, and then the other one she's wearing like modern military stuff. So that's interesting.
So is it going to be like a modern military unit gets sent back in time or to another dimension or something?
That has already been done in anime, although I can't remember the name of that series.
Well, yeah, because I just named the premise of at least 300 or 400 different shows. Actually, there was one that was kind of enjoyable called Gate, where it was...
That's the one I'm thinking of, Gate.
Well, it's not quite the same. It's essentially the Japanese defensive force, because technically Japan isn't supposed to have an army, but they're allowed to have a defensive force, right?
Yep.
So a gate opens up in, I believe it was Tokyo, or one of the major cities in Japan, and it's a gateway to essentially a fantasy universe, and it's essentially a power fantasy for the Japanese defensive force. Being able to go in and just wreck face. But then again, to be fair, a military unit with Hummers and tanks and helicopters against a group of elves with bows and arrows. Yeah, I think that's slightly one-sided. Even if
I love that though. Like you think about that concept in most things, and it's like, no, somehow these guys are able to hold their own against the military. But in that show, like the modern military just fucks them up.
Yeah,
just comes in and...
for the entire first season. The second season, there's it's a little bit more even, but that's due to political stuff behind the scenes. Because they are in a foreign universe, so they're complete newcomers to the political scenes, and they're also fighting fucking dragons.
Yeah, the dragons make sense to be difficult to kill, but
I mean, if memory serves correctly, I don't think I actually finished the second season. They had to hit it with a bazooka several times.
I only watched the first season. I haven't seen the second one.
The second season starts to go a little bit more, not quite Game of Thrones, but a lot heavier on the politics and some of the darker sides of fantasy.
Yeah, I should go and watch that.
Throw it onto the list.
Yeah, throw it onto the giant list.
I mean, it's not high art, but at the same time, it's a fun show. It's an interesting one, and it's one that they treat it at least somewhat realistically,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just hilarious. Did they call them iron horses or something for quite a while, the different Hummers and vehicles? Because the people couldn't figure out how they were controlling them. Because their only concept is horses,
iron horses. And doesn't someone refer to them as like magic metal horses or something like that because they can't figure out how they move on their own?
You imagine them seeing a drone?
Oh God, yeah.
Or a cruise missile?
Magic missile. Magic missile. Well, I'm out of mana. Well, I need a potion.
But then again, there's also the usual anime tropes. The little girl is really like 900 some years old or something, even though she looks like she's like 9 or 10. And of course, hypersexualized. But it's okay because she's a death goddess that's several hundred years old, because that would make it a lot better, right?
Yeah, you get a free pass on that.
So is that enough Franken content for now?
Yeah, it's good enough for now.
Yeah. Is there anyone else you would have rather seen voice Pikachu? Still in my mind, I'm thinking Gilbert Gottfried. I know it'd be just terrible, but at the same time, they're already going bad.
I think Ryan Reynolds is probably the best choice for that.
Yeah, same here. I'm just thinking. I've seen people still upset that Danny DeVito didn't get it, even though supposedly he's attached to the movie in another role.
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is probably the perfect choice for that.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing all the Deathpool Pikachu fan art. And
Me
of course,
too.
Then knowing the progression of the internet, Deathpool Pikachu at.
Yeah.
Because, the internet is a strange and scary and wonderful place.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And with that,
on to more pre-recorded content.
Yeah, something like that. Bye, Craig.
Bye. Well, obviously you are going to go through it all on the show.
Well, yeah, I am, but I want Craig recording it because I don't want to go through the whole thing twice. And it would make excellent Franken content.
Okay, so you're getting your face sucked and you're getting kind of turned on.
Yes, I went to the eye doctor, getting my face sucked. It's this really big, shiny machine, and you put your face in it, and it's got like a rubber thingy so that it like forms a good seal around your eyes.
I believe the term is gasket.
And then it flashes like different colored lights, almost like not quite like strobe lights, but it produces a similar effect, and it's taking like bunches of images of your eyes and compiling them together. And they're like, okay, that's it, you're done. The eye doctor will be in to see you. And it's like no eye drops, no dilation, no nothing, just quick flashes. It's good. It's got your prescription pretty much mapped out, and just do some fine tuning with the whole like, which one's better, A or B?
I don't know. They kind of both suck.
So I walked back into the eye doctor's office and sat down. A few minutes later, he comes in and he's like, well, you win. I was like, what did I win? And he's like, the worst eyesight of the day award. And I was like, oh, good. I'm glad I get to keep my title. And he's like, yeah, God help the person with worse eyesight than you. They'd basically be blind. And I had a good chuckle. And I'm like, okay, I like you. And then
do you need to borrow my cane after I spray paint it white for you?
Maybe. But then we went through a few things, and he did a little bit of it's like, this is just to check to make sure that the readings are spot on, like which one's better, A or B, like 5 minutes of that. And then he was like, so I see you checked off that you've got history of glaucoma in your family. Tell me about that. So I was like, yeah, both my mom and my maternal grandmother have glaucoma. My mom was just diagnosed this year. My grandmother's had it for like 15 years or so, like yada yada. He's like, okay, we need to do one additional test. You're probably fine. All this stuff is normal, but since it's the first time I'm seeing you, I'd like to do this extra test. And you said you don't want your eyes dilated. I was like, no, please don't. Because dilation sucks anyways, but my eyes have always reacted negatively to the drops that they use to dilate it. And my eyes will stay dilated for 18, 20 hours after, which is really no bueno. He's like, okay, well, we've got this, he's like, if something really is wrong, I will dilate them because we need to check them out. I'm like, that's fair. If there's something wrong, I'll put up with 20 hours of blurry vision and light sensitivity to make sure my eyes are okay. So he takes me back into this back room, so it's going to be good. And there's another...
And then he unbuckles his pants.
There's another machine, and this one I'm just going to call a robot. This was a fucking robot. And I put my head on the robot, and it's like, it talks to you, and it's a very smooth, sexy lady voice. And it's like, hello. I can't do a smooth, sexy lady voice, but just like imagine the smoothest, sexiest lady. Like basically, if your voice was a lady's voice, it was like,
not sure how I feel about this.
Not quite as deep, but like that feeling that it makes me feel when I listen to you talk. I got that feeling from this lady's voice. She's like, hello.
Once again, not sure how I feel about this.
I need you to lean forward. I need you to position it and like she gave me. Yeah, she's giving me directions how to position my head. And then like you hear like bzz, brr, 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 and like this arm thing comes out, and it like goes over the top of my eye. It's like my eyeball is being like licked by a robot. And like it goes up and it centers on my eye socket, and then like there's a laser light and some other stuff in there, and it like zooms up, and I know it's like got to be millimeters away from my eyeball. And she's like,
and at this point you're thinking, maybe the dilation wouldn't be so bad after all.
She's like,
you're screaming out, wait, I changed my mind.
No, she's like, please remain very still. Blink only if you must. Stare at the green light. And so like I'm staring at the green light, and I can see like these lights like scanning, like it felt sci-fi, like this little scanner. And then like there was like almost like a tunnel thing that appeared using red laser light, and it like looked like it was rushing at me, and I could like see it doing all kinds of like, how they do like retina scans in sci-fi, TV shows. It was like that, except inside my eyeball, and then sometimes the light would turn green. And then it was like, it was done with that eye, and then it like, and pulled back.
Wow, Christmas is coming earlier in each year, huh?
Yeah, and so it went over to my other eye, and it was like, now we're going to repeat the process. I need you to position your head as follows. And she like gave me directions, and then like it went up and it sucked up to my left eye and did, repeated the whole process. So I was like, yeah, I had like eye sex with a robot. And then when we were finished...
so you're saying that the robot skull fucked you?
Yeah. It was very pleasant, actually. But when we were finished, the guy was like, Okay, your scans are pretty good. It's picking up like a little thing here, but you do have a really big head. I had to like recalibrate it a couple of times in the middle of scanning your eyes. But it's probably fine. Just, we just need to get a baseline. When you come back for your next eye exam, we'll check all this stuff out again. I'm like, okay, great. I just had sex with 2 different eye robots today. I'm good. And then I bought glasses because I need those.
Fun times.
But I have insurance now, so even though it was expensive, it's the cheapest pair of glasses I've ever bought. It was only, the glasses I think were $240, and then the eye exam was $60, so it was like $300, which is expensive, but the cheapest eye anything I've ever had. Because like my last pair of glasses, because I didn't have insurance, cost me like $650. Because my eyesight's terrible, so I have to get like.
I'm kind of grateful. Well, I'm always kind of grateful that my eyesight's at least decent. I mean, I'm not eagle eye or anything, but last time I was at the store, I had a moment where I was looking at the signs over the aisles. And I was trying to decide, okay, did my eyes suck, or do they have these signs positioned in the worst way possible? Because the angle is, you look at the signs, and immediately over it is the fluorescent lights behind it.
Yeah.
And I was, and I'm not sure if it's just, a quirk of my eyes or if this is just normal, but if there's a bright light behind something, I can't see it.
Yeah.
Like last time I went to basically cripple check, they made sure, I didn't spontaneously regenerate my entire leg. It's pretty much not a full physical, but, good enough to get a good idea of, just how broken I am. And they did the same thing where the eye chart is in this hallway, and then down the hall is an open window, and the sun was just streaming through it, and I was having trouble even seeing, like the third line on the eye chart.
Yeah. Well, my eyesight.
And I'm sitting there feeling like a Republican because I'm trying to give, but not give the Nazi salute to block out the light so I can actually see the eye chart.
Yeah. My without my glasses, I'm considered legally blind. My vision is 2400 without corrective lenses. So I can't, without my glasses, I can't even see the big ol' E at the top of most of those charts. I can't read it.
Yeah, with the screwed up light conditions, I was reading the third line completely. Fourth line, I missed a letter, and they stopped me there, which is still pretty shitty. But it was also very bad light conditions.
Yeah, my corrected vision is like somewhere between 2020 and 2040, which is okay. I mean, 2020 is like considered good vision. Not perfect. You can actually have better eyesight than 2020 naturally, but good eyesight's in the 2020 to 2040 range. Mm-hmm. So I'm corrected to like normal sight, but I can't see shit without my glasses. But like I have to pay like an extra charge because my lenses have to be extra thick, and I get, what is it called?
Yeah, they.
I can't think of the name.
Especially import the Coke bottles to slice off the bottoms.
Yeah, something like that. High index is what it's called. So I get high index because it reduces the overall width or thickness of them. So that's an extra charge. And then I get transition lenses, which is an extra charge because I can't wear shades or clip-ons or anything. And then it's like I live in my glasses. I only take them off to shower or sleep. So it's like, well, I'll get the scratch resistance so that they might last longer, the scratch resistant coating. And then I'll get like the self-healing coating also, so that like the scratches can be filled in a little bit easier. And then also I'll get the glare reduction, and I'll get I just get everything.
the Swiss Army knife built in.
Because honestly, like a typical pair of glasses for me, without really any of the extras, just like the stuff that I really need, so that they don't weigh like 20 pounds on my face, is like $300 if you don't have insurance. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm already spending a shitload of money. Let's just get everything. That way they're nice to wear for the next 2 to 3 years. But I was quite pleased with having insurance. Being a big boy's nice sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So paid for it out of the FSA, pre-tax money right there, baby. Fuck you, government.
Especially lately, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not a good sign whenever I start seeing the president can't remove amendments by executive order.
Yeah, I saw that today, and I was like, "What the? Why?"
It took me a moment to
How?
remember. It took me a moment to remember, what exactly is in the 14th Amendment. Because, well, I should say I didn't remember. I had to go look it up because, number 14 is one that's not usually talked about all that often outside of naturalization, anyway, right?
Yep. Just since you looked it up, for anyone listening to this in the future when it's a Franken episode, tell them what the 14th Amendment is.
It's naturalized birth, where immigrants that have children in the United States, the children are natural born citizens.
Right. And old Orange Face is trying to get rid of that. Or says he's trying to. I suspect this is just a distraction in front of the election.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what's the next level where we can actually get people paying attention? Because we've done so much shit that nobody cares anymore. Oh, I know. Let's talk about removing one of the core amendments. I mean, it's not in the Bill of Rights, but
I was about to say, but it's not in the Bill of Rights, so it doesn't count, right?
Right, that shit doesn't count. And let's just go ahead and roll the one back about women voting and slavery and shit. Like those don't count, right? They're not in the Bill of Rights.
But what about women for Trump?
Oh,
the fact that that's a group.
I'm being sarcastic. I think our listeners know that, but just in case, like for some reason, this is your first episode. Hi, welcome to our Franken episode. I'm joking about repealing those amendments. If you don't know, you'll learn very soon. I'm a bleeding heart liberal.
Yeah, I used to consider myself more of a moderate just because my state is so red to begin with.
Yeah.
But this is pushing me more and more to consider myself a liberal. It's not even me really changing my point of views on a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, it feels like the entire political system is shifting past me,
Yeah.
It's kind of scary whenever I read a headline and I have to take a good look at the site to make sure I didn't accidentally click on a satire site.
Did I tell you about the what was it? Like the Trump, like one of the Trump satirical Twitter handles, and it uses the exact same picture as Trump, but it's like Donald Trump at not real Donald Trump or something like that.
Yeah, probably not real Donald Trump, since his is real Donald Trump, which the fact that he has to get real Donald Trump, right?
Yeah. But anyways, like I saw a tweet the other day that someone had retweeted from there, and it was like, it was after the Pittsburgh shooting.
That's why I had to take a close look whenever I saw about that whole fiasco with the song Happy, because I saw that and thought, no, that's satire. That's satire. That has to be satire. He didn't. Oh, shit, he did.
Yeah. But no, it's like, this was a tweet from there, and it was like, all those Jews don't really support me. Someone doing me a favor, bringing out all the support for me. Something sad. Like I don't remember exactly, but it was like sad. And like I didn't even question it at first. Like, yeah, of course he'd say something like that on Twitter. And I went to like respond to it. And then like I was like, wait a second. This isn't his actual Twitter account. Oh.
The fact that it got you.
I mean, it's just like he says shit like that.
Have you seen Ate the Onion?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that.
But yeah, it's just absolutely batshit insane. And granted, this is going to, no matter what, this episode is going to come out after the election because, this is Fraken content that's going to be put in a can and, put on a shelf somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I'm really scared about what's going to happen in the election. Not the people, the red wave, but the fact that there's voting machines in both Texas and Georgia that are changing votes. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, talk about your vote not mattering, huh?
Yeah. Oh, it matters. Just not the way you want it to.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And it just seems like it's getting worse every single day. Every time you think you've hit rock bottom, the bottom drops out of the barrel and it goes down a little bit further.
Yep, you fall into a new barrel.
And that one's full of even more shit.
Yeah.
The fact that they were talking about how the stickers look too new on the van, that it was a false flag. Have you seen that conspiracy theory?
Not that one in particular, but I've seen all the stuff about it being a false flag.
Well, I think it was Rush Limbaugh that was talking about how the stickers were too new and how they would be faded in the Florida sun. Yeah, because you can't make stickers that are resistant to fading, right? And also the fact that who knew there has been pictures of this van for 3 weeks beforehand that looked exactly like that.
Yep. God, this is just the worst. America sucks.
So, you gonna pick me up when you run away to Canada?
Yeah, sure. We'll swing by. We'll get you.
I'll be sure to pack some coal for us.
That's good. We'll need it. I've got a good old coal burning V8, so it'll get us where we need to go.
Right?
Yes. All right, let's actually talk about getting the show ready to go.
If we must. I'm looking through the week's top post on r/games, and it was a slow news week. Granted, coming up on Halloween, so not a lot of people are doing stuff. The big thing on the co-optional this week was them talking about BlizzCon, and I really can't talk about that because I don't have a horse in the race anymore.
Me neither.
No. That's a lie.
Oh, well, I guess I do play WoW a little bit, but...
Yeah, but you're, an expansion behind?
Oh, yeah, I'm an expansion behind. I haven't even finished this one either, so... I do have a couple of other games I could talk about, although I've not quite played them enough to really get in on them, but one of them is going to be juicy, and I have a very contrary opinion. Yeah.
A contrary opinion on Dwarf Fortress or this game you're going to be talking about?
Maybe both, but definitely the game that I'm talking about.
Well, what is it first?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, really?
Yep, I've got a friend who has it.
Are you taking the Jim Sterling approach to this? Or have you seen...
Yeah, I've seen that. No, I hate it. I really dislike the game, and I think that it's nowhere near as good as people are saying. For many reasons. Some of it's very personal, but some of it I think is a little more objective. Just like, as a PC gamer, it's like, I've seen all this. I've seen games that look better than this. I've seen effects better than this. I've seen, terrain deformation better than this. I've seen all these emergent gameplay mechanics. I'm a PC gamer. So in that
PC gaming master race.
So in that respect, like, that's not necessarily, the emergent gameplay is a negative because it wastes time. This game wastes so much of your time. God, it's terrible. And then all of the things that make it a selling point on console, it's like, I've seen it before. I've seen better, actually.
Like we could talk about this then. Because it sounds, for once, you're the grumps.
Yeah. I only got to play it really for a couple of hours, so I wanted to... We're supposed to go see him again this weekend. Or I'm supposed to go see him again this weekend.
I'll leave it up to you then.
I mean, I can talk about it. I don't think my opinion's going to change.
I have a third game I can add to my list, but I've only barely touched on it, and I want to get a little bit more time in it. I'll go ahead and tell you what it is.
What is it?
Monument Valley 2.
Oh, okay.
Basically, hit about $11 on Google Play, and they sent me a coupon that was $1 off anything above $4. Yeah, above $4. And Monument Valley was, I think it was $4.50 or something like that, or I should say Monument Valley 2, which brought it down to $3 something. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I picked that up, and that's been kind of like my wind down game. Veg out on the couch, put my feet up, and poke around on Monument Valley a little bit. I was toying around with the Steam Link as well, the Steam Link app.
Yeah,
and I was seeing if Spin Towers would run with it, and it does kinda, but it doesn't have a stable enough frame rate for me. But then again, that's also a driving game. I imagine doing like a turn-based thing would be a lot better.
Yeah, I've mostly used Steam Link to play things like.
If I had a tablet, I would fire up Blood Bowl 2. But also was giving the chat pad a little bit of a test. Turns out it's actually really good for Mechanical Turk as well, because there's a lot of things on there that it's press like E for this response, or U for this response, or A and L, or something like that.
Yeah.
So turn on the chat pad, lean back, and just veg out and do that instead of leaning over the keyboard.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm also kind of peeling my finger. Nicked it about a week ago. Peeling a apple. I nicked one finger on each hand, actually. One was enough to bleed a little bit, but the other was just enough to kind of skin it. You know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
Where all the dead skin starts to come off that one spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying here,
had that happen before.
Picking at that. But yeah, also made my meatballs today, so I'll be able to bake them tomorrow.
Fancy.
Oh, not yet. I mean, I still have to wrap them. But I got them chilling, so they'll be nice and cold. Then I'll just sphere them up a little bit more and wrap them in croissant dough. Then they'll be fancy.
So fancy.
I'm also going a little bit blander than I usually make my. Well, technically, it's my hamburger recipe than a meatball recipe, but it's the same thing, right?
Close enough, right? Close enough.
I mean, only difference is the meatball you could throw in something like Parmesan cheese or something. But I'm going a little bit lighter on the spices because there's more than a few old people. I don't want to burn them.
That's very kind of you.
I usually go a little bit heavier on like garlic and onion and that sort of thing.
Right. I'll talk about it. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna save Monument Valley for next week. I should finish it by then. It's it's a short game anyway. I did see something coming up that's actually releasing day after tomorrow. The Quiet Man is coming out November 1st. Have you seen the build up for this?
No.
It's a hybrid movie video game, full motion video with gameplay sequences in it as well.
Yeah.
And it's being released at an indie price tag, which was a little shocking to me.
So it's called The Quiet Man?
Yeah,
it was on Steam, or do I just need to Google that?
It's supposed to be on Steam, but I'm not sure if it is yet.
Yeah, The Quiet Man.
Could be a potential Game Club game eventually.
Come on, Steam. I know you're having a sale and you're like taking a huge shit, but
I'm not sure.
Oh, this game! I remember seeing this game at E3.
Yeah. What's the? Yeah, they saw an interview with the director, I think it was, and he's actually a deaf man, and he's talking about a deaf protagonist and how it's not really shown off in video games that much. It's going to be released at a $15 price tag.
Oh, wow.
Honestly shocked me. Granted, it's also going to be a short game. They said 3-ish hours. But definitely Game Club material, huh?
Yeah. I might just buy that as long as it's, at least
Runs,
technically
right?
proficient. Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, it requires an. I hate whenever they say it requires an alpha, but doesn't tell you, what version, right?
Yeah, because that's useful.
But suggesting, recommended a RX 480.
Hey.
I was just fascinated by it,
Yeah. All right. Did you find you said it was a slow news week. So I think we've got our show. It's gonna be super games heavy. Games we played, Discovery Queue. Our next or not Discovery Game Club. Our next Game Club was Divinity Dragon Commander, right? That's November? Yeah. Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, we have Dragon Commander, then Reciteer, then most likely the vampire game. I'm blanking on what it is. yeah.
Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah. I do want to do a test and make sure that the modernization patch runs, so it runs at a decent resolution.
Yeah.
Can't blame me there, right?
No, I should do the same.
If that doesn't pan out, then probably an RPG. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Because that'll be a damn long month, huh? And I wish I played more Dwarf Fortress, but just can't access the wiki, so all right.
Yeah, I played all I could. I'll save it. I'll save it for Game Club. Save it. All right. Do you need to get anything before we start?
No, I think I'm all right. Okay. At least till a break time. I have about a half a bottle of water.
Yeah, I've got about a half a cup of water and like 10 cough drops. I should be okay for a while. Maybe do a quick break between games we played in Game Club. All right. Ready?
Yeah, let me fire up Audacity because we've been just sitting here chattering away. Right, Craig?
Yes. Come on, Craig. I already fucked 2 robots today. You don't need to be shy.
Well, maybe Craig's, just doesn't like you in that way. He'll watch.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, never really tried out much exhibition type stuff. So, you know what, Craig? If you want to give that a shot, I'd be down.
Honestly, a little shocked that hasn't been a thing for you.
Just never had the opportunity, really. I've never been with anybody who wanted to do it in front of other people. I mean, I've had sex in lots of public places and sex in places like where the risk of getting caught made it more exciting, but never been with anybody who wanted to just have sex and let people watch. There's your TMI dump for the day.
I'm pretty sure the TMI was the robot fucking.
That's exactly how I felt. I was like, at first I was like, this thing is like eating my face, my eyeballs, and I was like, no, it's totally just like, dude, we're banging right now. I'm procreating with this robot. I don't know how, what it's getting from me, but this is definitely how Cylons were born or something. This is how it all started.
I thought it was somebody banged a toaster, not a eye exam machine.
Nah, well, that's how it worked in the show, but this is real life. We're beyond that at this point.
Oh no, there's some pretty advanced toasters out there.
I guess. All right, you got Audacity good, Drive good, all that jazz?
Yeah, I'm all set. Or as it says, I can be at this point. Ugh.
Actually, is the only game you've got on your list Dreadnought?
Dreadnought and the Colonists.
Okay. No, Dreadnought's the one on there. But you can put that on now, or we can start our recording, and then you can put it on.
I didn't grab my list because we sat here. I was listening to you talk about fucking robots.
Indeed.
Usually that's something completely different online. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to hear you talk about Dark Souls Remastered because it seems like you finally gave in to Kyle.
I did.
Just to get it out of the way, or?
Yeah, but it was okay.
Okay.
I'll talk about it more.
Makes me wonder if that's, why your internet suddenly had trouble with Dreadnought.
No.
I mean, be honest with me.
I was very sad all day Sunday. And then also Monday. But it seems to be working fine. They said they were going to call me and let me know when the problem was fixed. And they haven't called me. But my numbers are basically 110, which is what I pay for. So it seems to be working normal now.
I guess I should do a quick test. Unfortunately, I have to actually do 2 tests. One actually kind of ranks up my speed, then the other one's actually accurate.
My connection's so fast, I have to do 2 tests for it to be accurate.
Well, speed test doesn't run long enough for it to actually capture it topping out. And trust me, I pay for it. I mean, just internet for me is right at 90, but that's also running the modem, which I'm going to get that solved, in the new year. So, that brings me down to 80-ish. But, only high-speed internet in town.
Yeah, I wish I had the option to pay for that. We've got the maximum available in our area. It's, what do we pay? We're still in our promotional price at like $45 a month or something like that. And then next April, it goes to the regular price of like $65 or something like that.
See, I didn't even get a promotional price because I had an outstanding balance with the company. So they wouldn't cut me the deal. I'm not getting full download, but it's close enough. 834.02. Upload is pretty much spot on, though, 49.4. Even though I don't get the full upload to YouTube, which is a little disappointing. And I could hear that glare at me.
Just shaking my head and also feeling sad.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother transferring games over when I build the new system. It'll be quicker just to download them. I mean, that's not bastard. Wrong. What?
Oh, I don't blame you.
Plus, my documents folder is an absolute mess, so trying to find save files on that. Right?
Yeah.
My documents, the only place that you don't want to put my documents. I mean, there's a My Games folder there for a reason. Use it.
I know. Let's see, is there faster service available in our area now? Because it says speed starting at 100 megabits per second.
Well, look at it this way. If you ever get enough trouble where Katie kicks you out and you have to sleep on my couch, you'll at least have really good internet. So, bright side, right?
Oh, okay, what happens if I hit continue? Is this going to say this isn't available in your area?
Uh-oh. Did I just cost you money?
No, yep, of course. They have an option for gigabit ether or gigabit internet. You click on it, you add it, you move on to the next thing, and it's like, unfortunately, this service is not available in your area. All right, let me go back. There was one for 400 megabits. Let's click on that one. Spectrum doesn't even they're like, you can use your own modem, but you still have to pay the charge. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just use your modem. And then when it's broken,
what I'll do is when I'm about ready to do the switch over, I'll call them to make sure and to get the model numbers.
Yeah.
But according to Sunlink, there's only like 1 or 2 models that they support.
Oh, 400 went through. 400 went through. Ongoing monthly charge $69.99. It says that's the promotional price. Does that mean I get it, or will it swap over to the full price? $64.99 plus 25. Okay, so it looks like the full price is $90 a month. for 400.
Fuck.
What?
I'm paying that for a gig.
No.
No. That's expensive as hell.
I know. Spectrum sucks big dicks.
It's not me trying to show off. I'm shocked at how much you're getting. Fucked.
I mean, I don't have any other choice. If EPB fiber optic ever makes it up the hill here, I can get.
Come on, Google, right?
Yeah, I mean EPB is Chattanooga's municipal internet service. And
can't do that. Or did you see that news?
No, I know, but
because it infringes on the First Amendment.
But if we get if we get lucky and we get Democratic senator, Democratic congressman here in Tennessee, Democratic governor.
Well, Taylor Swift's definitely trying.
Yeah, I bet your ass I'm going to send them emails and letters and phone calls and be like, hey, get rid of this municipal restriction garbage. They're like a mile down the road from me. 1 mile away, and I can have fiber optics, gigabit. Like gigabit is their starting internet speed for like $60 a month.
Yeah, that's when I'm moving in with you.
You can get all the way up to 10 gigabit speeds at a residential, like at your residence from EPB.
I'm not even sure if I'd be able to handle 10 gigs with my current equipment.
I would get. Oh, that's a good point. I don't know what my network is set up for. I know I can do gigabit easy.
Well, I'm talking about even just the computer itself, because you start running into a bottleneck with hard drives and even SSDs.
My SSD read-write speed is 500 megabytes, not megabits. So on my SSD, I'm fine, but otherwise there would have to be a bottleneck somewhere.
Granted, I also run Cat 6 instead of Cat 5 cables, so it's a little bit better on me.
Yeah, I think I'm mixed. Some of my cabling is Cat 5 and some of it's Cat 6.
Well, when I was getting a Bag O cable, I was looking at the prices, and Cat 6 was pretty much the same price as Cat 5 for the same lengths. And I just wanted to get a few. I think I got like a few 6-footers to start off with.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a few like probably 20-footers, and that'll be good to go for pretty much anything I need. But I saw no reason not to get the Cat 6, right?
Actually, you know what? I think all of my cables are Cat 5. Or not Cat 5, Cat 6. Because I replaced everything. I used to have some Cat 5 stuff at our old place. But I think I replaced everything with Cat 6 when we moved. Anyways, okay, we need to get the show on the road. I got distracted having an internet speed gasm.